Hello and welcome to the Special Moves podcast. This is episode 45. My name is Mike Williams and these guys are Liam McKelvey and Jake Kulkowski.
Yep.
Hello.
Hiya.
Everyone alright?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
We're a day late again. Sorry, guys, but
Yeah.
we've travelled to. It's only a day actually. It's remarkably well because we'd come after work to yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To record the podcast. So
Yeah.
again,
This is a Monday post-work thing.
I've really gotten used to starting a podcast with patting ourselves on the back now.
It's
You know,
what everyone
it's
else does, mate.
Yeah.
Everyone else says that we've been doing loads of cool stuff and don't worry, there's some cool stuff on the way. And what else? We've been working really hard behind the scenes.
I can't do that.
Look forward to our new project in the coming months.
Yeah.
It never happens.
And we went to watch Hobbs and Shaw on the weekend.
Yeah,
didn't we, lads?
did,
It was
yeah.
That was
fucking
the
good.
highlight of the
Yeah,
weekend.
Yeah, we went all the way to see it in IMAX as well.
Which is, it's a
totally
hefty
worth it.
journey for us.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it?
It's
Like
pretty
a
far,
two
isn't
and a bit hour round trip for you, isn't it? To Broughton.
It's like a
Including
half.
dropping you off. 'Cause I had
Yeah,
to go out of the way
exactly.
a
It's
little
Like
bit.
a half. If I went straight from home, it's like a half-hour drive.
Massive. Yeah, for you, but
Yeah,
for you
for me,
it's
for
dead
Mike,
long,
it
isn't
is.
it?
It's
It's
a long
worth
way.
it for the lats, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to see
absolutely.
them muscles.
Can't see the
but
sweat in IMAX.
Yeah,
When you see
what's the
sweat?
point even watching that film if you're not watching
Exactly.
it in IMAX?
So we are going to probably talk about that quite extensively in the Off-Topic podcast, which
Yeah.
is going to be delayed, we think, because
Yeah, we'll do the bonus podcast probably next week for the patrons. So if you're
Yeah.
if you're a supporter on Patreon,
Solely-
look forward to some
yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw chat.
it's just because normally we have a big fat Sunday recording sesh,
Yeah.
but it's like a Monday night now. So by the time we've recorded 2 podcasts and a video, it'd be like 11 o'clock
Yeah.
at night. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because we're working on all these big projects, isn't it?
We're very big deals, guys.
yeah.
As you know. So thank you very much for joining us.
You're
Take a
welcome.
seat
You're
if you've not
welcome.
already, and we'll be right with you. What's on the agenda?
Well, actually, I'm going to open with an email. So if you want to send us in an email, remember it's dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. Send us in anything you want. This one is on the topic of, Jake's favourite thing ever. Dear Special Moves, I'm sincerely hoping you can provide a satisfactory explanation for why Fire Emblem Three Houses is allowed to be as good as it is. I
I
hesitantly...
wrote this email.
Did you?
Nah.
Yeah.
Go on.
I hesitantly pre-ordered the game, which I never do, thinking the whole student-professor thing seems a bit lame. But I guess the battles seem alright, which is enough for a pre-order. And now here I am, days later, simply addicted to this blasted game. Turns out role-playing as a professor and helping your students grow and improve their skills is actually endlessly entertaining, and they could probably remove the battle system from the game entirely and I'd still be happy. I haven't been this immersed in a game since Breath of the Wild. What do I do? Jim Johnson. Well, what you do is do what Jake does.
Join
and
the
just,
club, Jim.
And just jump in a WhatsApp group with your friends and just say, "Whoa, fucking, whew,
Every
some
10
big
minutes.
things happened."
Every 10 minutes since release. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. Right? It's a phenomenon, is what it is. It's the best Switch game there's been so far, hands down. There's not even any competition. It is so good, and I think that's why I'm even more amazed. Like you, it shouldn't be good. You're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this? And on paper, I shouldn't like it. Crazy, man.
It's like someone discovering religion, you know, like the teary, the tearful sort of what
been
is this
saved.
that I found?
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is for the people who watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
especially the last episode where Mac has that big dance,
Yeah.
and he's trying to explain what it's like to be
Beautiful.
gay. And at the end, Danny DeVito, it clicks and he starts clapping. That is me. I'm like,
Yeah, hell of a reference if you've watched the latest episode of It's
tears
Always
in my
Sunny.
eyes, and I'm just doing a slow clap in my bedroom every time something happens in
Yeah.
the game. It's ace.
So Jake's experience is basically that what he's just said, and WhatsApping me and Liam to tell us what the big things happened.
It's
There's
not
been a
just been you guys either. Unfortunately for everyone in the house, Sean's here.
yeah, get the family involved, innit? Why not?
It's good, this,
Yeah.
you know. I keep saying this to her. I keep going, it's good, Sean, this is good, this, honestly. I mean this, yeah.
What can
it's
she
good.
possibly say other than is it? do you know what I mean?
That's all I want, just sort of validation. So, actually, like, I am going to do a video breaking it down, I think. Yeah, you guys are going to grill me on it, I'm sure, and quite rightly, because it's something I want to talk about in a separate video, because like it really does deserve it.
We'll do that. That'll be one of the big projects that we're working on. So
I noticed that flipping it's its second week in the charts at number 1 as well, beating out
Yeah.
FIFA and Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, it's pretty. You know, it's fairly quiet for these massive releases, I suppose, at this time of year. But you know, it's on one platform. It's only on a Switch, and it's it's romping it. So. That's pretty cool. Nice one for the email there, Jim Johnson. Nice to know.
In a way, I'm glad someone else has written an email like that, because everyone else I've kind of seen singing its praises are kind of like, it gives me the kind of, where have you been for 15 years? Where you remember, where were you? Remember?
Yeah,
your
where were
impression
you?
of me?
Yeah, yeah.
Where were we? Me on Apex Legends. Where were you in the drought?
Yeah.
It's like that on Fire Emblem. Yeah, like everyone's kind of
You
like.
feel like all the weebs are going.
I'm the casuals that they've like. Yeah, exactly. The gates are open now, and all the weebs are on the battlements just going. Casuals. That's me. Like, but I don't know. I'm glad there's other people that are like, what? How is it
Yeah.
so good? You know,
Yeah.
it's confusing.
So we'll do a full video on Fire Emblem then, but
This week for sure.
yeah, for sure, and go into a bit of depth if you want to know a little bit more about it. I mean, I've been so close to picking it up, but I still haven't. So
I couldn't have done that good a job
There's
on the
that.
WhatsApp. Could I? Do you know what I mean?
no. Well, I feel like I'm getting so much of the experience secondhand that maybe I don't need to play it. But Liam, what have you been playing, mate? You've been please God tell me it's something different than Fire Emblem.
It is, well, it's,
not that
it's still
far.
in the same region of, developers.
East Asia.
But the only thing I've played since the last podcast, I've played a few hours of Dragon Quest Builders 2, because I got
yeah,
it on
no.
the cheap.
Right.
So I thought I got it on PS4, and it is the nicest, most laid-back, chilled-out game I've
Yeah.
played all year, to
It
be
looks
honest.
so. It looks a little bit like Minecraft-y type thing, isn't it? But it's
Yeah,
like third person.
It's like a bit Minecrafty, but with some RPG elements. Third person, you can go first person. In this one, you've got like a little AI co-op partner, which you didn't have in the first one. So he follows you around and he like fights monsters for you, or helps you gather materials. Or if you want, someone can take control of that partner, so
Yeah.
you can play it co-op.
Oh, nice.
And it's a bit different than the first one. The first one was it had like a story campaign to it, but every time you finished like that island, it reset all your progress, which was annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
But this one, you have all the islands, but you can freely travel between them,
Right.
and
Seems to make a lot more sense.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you build all the stuff you built stays on those islands, but then you've got a central island where that's like your playground really. So you build whatever you want, it'll stay there. You don't lose anything. You don't have to relearn all your recipes like you did in the first one. Everything stays, which is nicer because it feels like you can actually build up to something bigger.
And you can probably go back and have a look at how shit you were to begin with.
You
like,
can, yeah.
and
I've already done that.
Yeah.
Like I've built a few houses, and it's like these are much better than the ones I built half an hour ago.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was mainly
You've
because I
probably-
unlocked wood. So.
Yeah,
Nice. So
okay,
that
yeah.
sounds
But
pretty good.
yeah, it's been really fun. Part of me wishes I got it on the Switch, because it would have been lovely to just like kick back on the sofa and
Yeah.
play it, that sort of
Yeah.
game. But
So what? Sorry, what did you play?
I got it on PS4 because
PS4,
it was
right.
cheaper.
It's only been out for a bit because I was
Yeah.
this is, believe it or not, another game completely not up my street. I was gonna get this, but and do you know what actually stopped me? There was a free demo for it, and I downloaded it, and I wasn't really feeling the demo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I didn't get it.
People wonder why there are no demos, but that's a big part of it, I reckon.
It
'Cause,
is.
You
Do
know,
you know what? Actually, yeah. Like I think of like the games I did play demos for. Division stopped me buying it. Overwatch stopped me buying it.
Yeah,
Doom
exactly.
stopped me buying
Yeah.
it, and this stopped me buying it.
I can't think of.
Bastard.
I think maybe Nier Automata was the.
Yeah.
If the game's that fucking good, then then it's going to be a winner in it. But that is the because that is like you're saying, that's quite far removed from what I would normally enjoy. Nier Automata.
yeah.
I probably wouldn't have bought it like just having a punt on it, even
Yeah.
with everyone saying how good it was.
Yeah.
But because I played the demo and the demo was like so good, like so slick
Yeah.
and stuff.
The thing with Nier Automata as well is it really hits the high point about 20 hours in
Yeah,
to
yeah.
a like 40-hour game.
Yeah, and
And-
they give you the very beginning in the demo, and it gives
Yeah.
you an excellent sense of how the game.
You get like the prologue.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
that's
mean,
like
it's a hell of a
successful
prologue,
one. But why did you not fancy it then after?
After playing it,
Yeah.
I think it was just a mood. I was in like it was a little bit more on the building side because I thought it was gonna still have like very strong story elements.
Yeah,
It might still actually have it. Liam's gonna know more than me, but like the demo, it was like more focused on just like the kind of
Yeah.
crafting survival aspect of
Yeah.
it. So that's why I didn't, because I wanted to kind of sit through a big story, to be honest.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm playing a lot of games at the moment that
Yeah.
aren't story based. So.
It's
Yeah.
very, very free-form Dragon Quest Builders, and it is very, very slow-paced. You're meant to just play it like on a Sunday afternoon,
Right.
like relaxing, because it takes its time. Like there's quite a lot. It's quite text-heavy with dialogue.
Right.
Yeah.
Quite tutorial-heavy in the first few hours, but it's just such a nice game to look at, to play. The music is really nice and soothing. It's an all-round good chill-out game, I have to say.
Seems like Switch would be a good one for it then.
Yeah,
Really,
like,
based on what you
I'm
said
enjoying
there.
it on PS4. It looks nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks certainly better than it would on the Switch, I
Yeah,
guess.
for sure. Yeah.
Just in the sheer power difference. But yeah, I'd say pick it up on the Switch if you're looking for a nice
I
game
don't
to
know like how
kick back
well it
with
did, review wise. Anyway,
It did better than the first one.
Yeah. He's getting 4 out of 5s across the board from the looks of it here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bit mad, isn't it? That like this and Fire Emblem are up and like dropped in price almost straight away. And I don't know if it's because of like, I know there's a lot of reluctance to move a game over to the West. So then when they do, they kind of want the stats to show for it. Like, what I mean is, like, Monster Hunter World, when they brought that over onto main consoles, that dropped in price pretty much straight away. But all the stats that you see about that aren't about, like, how much money it made. It's about how many copies they've sold. So I've got a feeling that, like, they're going to want to get those stats out. So next time, if there's a Dragon Quest Builders 3, they can be like, oh, we shipped 5 million copies in the West. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Fire Emblem almost didn't come out in the West. And the fact that now the new one will because it shipped X amount of units. I think that's kind of why they do it. They must have to dot the price to make the numbers look better, to make it seem more appealing.
Fire Emblem, the one before Awakening, was it?
The 3DS one?
What was it?
I think
was it Awakening? Fire Emblem
Heroes is on the mobile, and that's like...
Awakening was the big one. That was like... Awakening was the one that like proper kicked off the fandom.
That's the one I'm thinking of, anyway.
But then they had a few more on 3D. They had Conquest and Fates.
Awakening is the only one that you'll see anyone talking about on the internet.
Yeah,
now,
well, that one did really well in the West, and it was like surprisingly, it was like, it was like 50% of all the sales were from North America or something like that. So it's like this weird, one of the weird like, Japanese games that is actually, even though on the face of it you'd think that's probably dominant in Japan, like, but it's actually almost in a weird way more popular in not in that literally it sells more copies, but the sort of awareness and stuff of it is huge in North America specifically, and it definitely is, because all of like the GameSpot journalists and all that, and all them Kotaku lot and that, there's loads of articles about it. There's loads of American coverage on it, which so there's got to be something to that, but I don't know. It's mad when you like just go for a game and you think, I'm probably not going to like this, but then you end up, saying it's game of the year and all sorts.
It is mad, yeah.
There's been some mad news stories this week, hasn't there?
Yeah, okay, I'll accept.
Yeah, cheers. Should we talk about that Twitch one first? Because
lack thereof.
So
Twitch
Ninja?
losing its biggest star.
So Twitch has lost its biggest star to the streaming platform to Mixer.
Yeah, to Microsoft's Mixer, which is big news for gaming, for gamers. Not so sure, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's an industry thing.
It's an industry thing. So my job is on Twitch and Mixer, like full time. I work with streamers, and so I'm always on Twitch, because that's the biggest one, right? And over the past few months, I've really got into Mixer. I think it's got some really like the streamers have to work like so much harder. So like the people that are there really want to be there, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Like if you're not like on high energy, or you're not very very chill, if you're like just average, you can't grow from it, right? Well, you couldn't. So like everyone on there was like really underrated, overlooked sort of thing.
I love that it's like some fucking indie label.
No,
it's run by Microsoft.
Honestly, and right, this is going to be very irrelevant to a lot of people, but just in case there's anyone out there listening, when you look at the stats, so like, someone, let's say a streamer, a Twitch streamer with 50,000 subscribers, followers, streams a game for an hour, it'll get about 400 hours watch time. Right? If someone on Mixer with 50,000 does it, it'll get like 1,700 hours watch time.
Yeah.
The retention on Mixer is so much higher because the community is so much stronger there. People who are on Mixer love Mixer, but the people that are on Mixer, well, minute in comparison. Twitch is very like toxic. There's always complaints about things. There's that Alinity beef kicking off at the moment. Terms of service issues constantly. Affiliates feel like they don't get enough partnership anyway. So I live and breathe all this industry shite, yeah? So, but one thing I've been kind of like, like a Mixer evangelist. I've been saying it like mad. It's really good. People are sleeping on it. And then Ninja's just moved over to Mixer, so I don't know.
Ninja's like the biggest fucking streamer going, right?
Ninja is,
Was it Fortnite that's where he like...
Well, he came from Halo originally, but Fortnite
was the one where
Fortnite's
he was like...
what proper propelled him into
orbit.
Everything.
Yeah. And he is the most popular streamer in history, and just from that one game.
History.
He's got flipping... He's got like a book deal and everything. He's
Yeah.
like
he's
got
got
a book
He's
called
got a clothing label.
which
Clothing label.
sells his own headbands, man.
Yeah.
He's got a book called Get Good, the ultimate guide to streaming, and I'll show you a setup later. You'll laugh.
That sells like fucking hotcakes, that, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Like, everyone will buy that.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
All the
there's
kids and that, it'll be a Christmas present.
Exactly, because
Good
rather
stocking
than
filler,
buy a
that.
lottery ticket,
Yeah.
he's putting his 1 in a million chance on maybe my son will become famous. He likes his games, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I know my dad would have been the same as, someone doesn't have a clue when he's younger. Oh, Jake's always on those games. Oh, bet he could do that. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to believe in their own kid as well, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so he's moved over to Mixer, which is huge because, like, when Apex Legends came out, EA's thing, the money was floating around. Ninja was paid like $1.7 million to play Apex Legends for 3 hours. So how much money do you think he's been offered to go over to a different platform?
I saw someone was floating a figure around. I can't remember who it was. I just saw it on like Reset Air or something. But they seemed to estimate it was between 50 and 80 million. He got paid by
Where did they get that
Microsoft.
from? Just
No idea.
Yeah,
Pull it out their
that's
arse,
his
yeah.
net worth. So it's probably stuff like that, like his brand deals he's made before, or how much he makes in a month before.
he's probably got a
Multiplied
fucking
by-
controlling share in Microsoft or something like that. Do you know
It'll
what I
be
mean?
something
Give him
big.
some stock.
He's the 51% owner of Microsoft.
Do you know what I think? Like, if you want some fucking punditry from me, like business analysis.
Yeah,
shit,
thanks,
Goski.
Jake. Go ahead.
Fortnite obviously is on it. It's been doing very, very well. It's not going to last forever. The bubble will pop, but like Ninja seems to really want to get his expertise down on a certain few games. He comes from Halo. There's a new Halo coming out, Halo Infinite, which is perceived to be like Destiny, like shared world, ongoing. It's called Halo
Perceived to
Infinite.
be as in because we don't know anything about it.
Not
really.
100%, but it's kind of been alluded to that
Yeah.
it'll have
Online.
online elements and stuff. So therefore, like a game like that, like an MMO, is basically unlimited content. Streamers can play. Like there's RuneScape streamers that stream RuneScape every day of the week and have done for years and years and years because it's ongoing. It'll never end. So I'm thinking he must be thinking ahead that Fortnite will eventually pop, and when that bubble pops, where will it go? But if he can make 80 million to move over to a different platform and then get ready for Halo, that's also going to be amazing marketing for Halo Infinite, by the way. And I think that's what he's doing. He's going to go back to Halo. Also, there's a lot of weird terminology in his like press release, like I'm going back to my roots, and his roots are Halo. So that's what I think. But what we've seen this week is like his first stream on there had very, 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 very high concurrent viewers. Was it like something like 74,000 concurrents at once? It's
Out of curiosity, I went on Mixer when he was streaming, and yeah, he was like streaming from some event or something.
Lollapalooza.
That was it.
The music
And,
festival.
yeah, and when I saw it, he was at like 68,000 when
It's
I looked.
nuts, that is, like the amount of like that stream. If you put all the hours that people watch that stream put together, it's something like 1,000 years. It's stupid.
And they were giving away free subs for that month as well.
And that's another thing as well. So on Twitch, you've got your Twitch Prime, which if you don't know, Amazon. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to somebody once a month. And if you don't know what subscribing does, it like basically gives them £3.50 or like $5. And so you can directly support them. So Mixer was like top of the App Store, top of the Google Play Store.
Was it like 45 million downloads or something?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very exciting for me as somebody who really likes the platform, and I think it is good.
Yeah.
And like YouTube has had like a complete monopoly. Like Liam was saying this to me in the car on the way in. It like YouTube's got a monopoly, so it'll never ever have like competition. Really, like Google won't have competition. Bing isn't dethroning Google anytime soon, and Twitch. He's kind of been pissing people off lately.
Yeah.
They've been doing things, not everyone, but just people that are like a bit too embedded into it. There's this streamer, Alinity, and it was all that trouble last 2 weeks or so. And there's always something kicking off. Someone's always breaching terms of service and get favourable treatment. Dr. Disrespect does all these things and gets back, and some people hate it, some people love it. But Mix is very clear cut by the looks of it. And it's just good. A bit of competition's good, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely, because it's like Microsoft has tried a few, like Bing, like you mentioned, like who the fuck uses Bing?
Yeah.
And or like games for Windows Live and shit like that, where they try to sort of just try and be a little bit like, oh, we'll have a bit of that, and it doesn't like pull off. But this time it does seem to be like, this is a big like stepping stone towards people actually using it and that. But I thought for a little while Mixer seemed like quiet and stuff, but this is actually, enjoy it and you think it's a good platform,
I
and
actually
by
do,
being
yeah.
a good platform, rather than just trying to do what someone else is doing and doing it badly. Like, Bing is never going to be as good as Google or whatever.
Mixer can pull it out the back.
Yeah,
like it
so
really
they've
can.
got the good features in it and it works well, and the
Yeah.
people on there are doing a good job, and the people watching are good. The good kind of people that you want to be watching, who are like really engaged and stuff. I mean, good from like a like a numbers business point of view. They're exactly the kind of people that that's how you'd want your audience to be as a collective sort of thing.
True.
So on paper, it like seems like a good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for like the consumer point of view, because that's a very valid perspective these days, apparently, like the Epic Game Store. But think of the consumers. So if you're a consumer, Mixer's like got this thing where you can buy a game from inside the Mixer UI directly. So let's say
Convenient.
Yeah, but it's instantly affiliated with that streamer and they get a bit of the profit.
Yeah.
Whereas there's no way of setting it up directly on Twitch without doing it through Amazon links or something like that. And
so features that people like even on YouTube and that, like, you just have to manually do, and you have to go out of your way to make it happen. Microsoft just have it embedded
exactly,
in
and if you're somebody like a student or somebody that doesn't have the funds to want to monetarily support people, but you want to show your support other ways, there was the option to give people sparks, which is a currency that you accrue over time just by watching a channel. You'll get these things called sparks, and you can give streamers sparks, which turns into money. But they've recently changed that now. So what that does is it's kind of like like in video games you get like the XP boosts and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say someone makes a £5 donation to you get £5. But if you've hit a certain threshold, like someone's donated like 1 million sparks to you, that fiver Mixer will match £2.50 of it. So the more sparks you give to a streamer, even though now it's got a direct monetary value, it's like an experience multiplier for donations. So there is still ways that you, without paying a penny, can support your streamer in a monetary sense. Yeah. So that's really cool. And the UI needs some work, I think, but I think it's really cool, and it's quite exciting. It's a bit shit to say that.
Microsoft's always got a fucking UI problem, innit? Like all the things. It was like, well, the UI's a bit shit.
The Xbox One UI is a bit atrocious.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
It's good to see Microsoft doing this stuff because loads of people have spent this generation just like dunking on Microsoft for being so shit, dropping the ball right at the beginning, and they've kind of clawed it back now. But now seeing that Mixer could really go somewhere, seeing how strong and amazing Game Pass is, I think that the next generation for Microsoft's looking fucking good.
Yeah, you can see them like setting the foundations for next gen.
Yeah, it's got some they got some very appealing things. They've got Mixer built in, which is good. They've got Game Pass and Gold, and you can also, if you've got a PC, it'll work in sync with that.
The thing is, though, they've got to make that like big power move, especially like more than ever, because if you think how many games you've got as a PlayStation owner, you've got how many? I've got about 200 games
or on Steam
linked to my. My PS Plus account or whatever. Yep. So I've already, if I can bring them over with me to the next gen, I have a massive motivation to get PlayStation 5 instead of an Xbox whatever. Mm-hmm. But so that's why I kind of got a strong feeling that Sony will do everything they can to make sure that does happen.
That's because Microsoft's got the big baller move of, well, you can do everything back to the original Xbox.
Yeah, but even just like from you've just bought, you've subscribed to us for years. Don't worry about it. You're not going to lose any of that. You just bring it over with you. Mm-hmm. Because if you sever that like little thread, all of a sudden it's like an open thing again.
Exactly.
So maybe I would go for Xbox. Depends whichever is the best one, innit?
Yeah.
So, interesting. I reckon when will that happen though? Because I reckon I feel like next year PS5 and all that.
Yeah, next year, isn't it? Scarlet's confirmed for next year.
Scarlet, definitely.
It'll be like...
Scarlet has been confirmed for next year, hasn't it?
They'll have like their little press conference-y type thing. Like it's usually like February-ish. And they do the big reveal around E3 time, where they're like, here's the launch date, here's the price. And then, it's usually like October, November holiday.
Yeah. Sony have again confirmed that because I noticed that there was a thing about like the PS4 sales have dipped a lot because they've announced the PS5. Well, they've said that they're working on the next gen, and it's imminent. So I'm assuming it'll be.
Well, people pretty much know what it is anyway. Mark Cerny came out of all the specs, didn't he?
That's what I mean.
And
That's
then
how you know it's
Microsoft
real.
did the same thing at E3.
Will they stick to that though? I mean, because
I don't see why they wouldn't.
well, it could be loads of reasons like stocking, and if there's like, well, this particular part that we want is like,
They probably already got dev
very
kits in
expensive.
the works. You know, games are
From
getting
a specs point of view, they're pretty much the same console, PS5 and Scarlet.
oh really?
Near enough the exact, because they're just
Yeah.
using off-the-shelf computer parts. Really.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same console. So
Why wouldn't you? I suppose in it like after PS3 and all that, like the state that was inside the fucking PlayStation 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's because they both use AMD for this next gen,
Yeah.
and so it's just like this is the best AMD have to offer.
So they've
So-
both just gone high on the budget for now. But
Yeah.
They must
So
surely have
make a
some
loss,
dev
won't they?
kits out there. I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Guerrilla Games have surely got to be working on like Horizon
All
Zero
of
Dawn
like
2, I
first
reckon.
party studios are going to have them. For sure.
Meanwhile, PC
Just keeps trucking.
just keep on trucking, baby.
Yep. Yeah, I can't. Do you know what though? I haven't played my PC in fucking ages.
I'm on it a lot. It's just because I work at home now. I work on my PC, so on my lunch break, I'll
Still
flick
my
into a game.
primary platform. To be
Yeah, I
honest.
know. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you go
Big on
default
PC.
on
You're
it.
big on it, yeah.
If I have a choice, I usually get a game on PC, unless it's like a multiplayer game that I play with you guys. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everything runs better on PC pretty much. But it's just like the convenience of being downstairs trumps everything at the moment.
Yeah.
I've been playing the Switch more than anything for a change, though, and that's like not just because of the game, but for the past couple of months,
Chucking on, very loosely chucking in a little Harry Potter reference. Who shall not be named into Fire Emblem.
I don't feel like I've played my Switch that much lately.
Do you know what? I'm desperate to play something, but I don't know what. I
Same.
can't pick one.
I've got Xenoblade Chronicles that I didn't finish.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if I can be bothered picking up a 90-hour JRPG.
Yeah.
and if you were, Fire Emblem.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I got the game for you.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck are people playing on a PC at the moment anyway? Like
What's good on
Mortal
PC?
or whatever.
Oh right,
They're chopping each other in medieval.
I
yeah.
don't know, really.
There's what's popping. I'm on Twitch a lot, and it's mostly been MMOs because it's the big.
Yeah.
A lot of PC
A lot
gamers
of
are
Final
looking
Fantasy
forward.
14.
Yeah, it is.
But that's because they just had a massive expansion.
They did exactly. Final Fantasy 14's like number 3 on trending.
Right.
League still.
Oh.
And the big one is what's the
Auto
auto
chess.
chess?
Auto chess
Yeah.
or Team Fight Tactics. which is like-
Underlords
yeah.
is another thing,
So
isn't
you've
it?
got Dota Auto Chess, Dota Underlords, which is the official Valve one,
Yeah.
and then Team Fight Tactics, which is the League
Yeah.
of Legends version.
Do you know about
of it.
this?
Yeah.
Because auto
yeah.
chess is the mod, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, Underlords is like the official one. But yeah, that is popping big time.
What is it though? Just
It's like
because we've mentioned it loads.
I've
like
heard
it's
people
huge.
call it an auto battler.
Mm-hmm.
So you just sort of like sit there and watch your units.
It reminds
duke it
me
out.
of like fucking Cookie Clicker or whatever, where you
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Like,
You're just sort of
what's the name for them? I can't remember, but I know exactly what
It's
you're
just
on about.
clickers, isn't it?
idle clicker
Yeah,
games
it
or
is,
whatever.
isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I think, yeah, I'm not really sure what auto chess is
Do you know?
about.
Do you
to
know
be
what?
honest.
Yeah. Me neither. I've seen it and I've even watched a bit of it, but
I've not even.
Dunno.
I've seen like a brief bit of Underlords, and I was just like, don't know what it is.
Yeah.
this is a time for the comment section to shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I always forget to Google it at the time, right? You remember I was on about the Doom in the browser last time,
Yeah.
and we wanted to know about the Welsh computer. Comment section provides
Straight away.
Yeah.
By
You're
the way, the
amazing,
Welsh.
you
If you
lot.
missed that,
Like-
right? The Welsh computer was the Dragon 32 or 64,
Yeah.
which is fucking amazing.
I had to listen to my dad tell me about how good it was because he had one.
Ah, nice. Okay.
That's it,
Yeah.
So
And
people
then
knew.
after we mentioned Doom in a browser, do you know what was in the news? You could play Diablo in a browser.
Oh, really?
The first one, yeah.
There we go.
Doom on a dragon, innit? There was so there was an email last week where someone mentioned a Welsh PC and we didn't know what it was, and then like comment section fucking immediately let us
Better
know what it
boys,
was.
man.
So
I'll
I
tell
got
you.
an education lesson.
Yeah. I'm sure there's loads of Underlords, Auto Chess, or the other one players. So please tell us.
Yeah, send us an email. Give us a DS Special
Yeah,
Moves email.
actually, yeah. Give
and,
us a seminar. You can,
Tell us about your time
a TED talk.
playing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's do another email mentioning emails. DS Special Moves. My name's Jordan. I'm 25 and I'm a photographer from Manchester. Excellent detail,
Brilliant,
Jordan. Thank
Jordan.
you. Been a huge fan of yours since Pretty Good Gaming. Special Moves is my favourite source of games news on YouTube and one of the few channels where I look forward to new uploads. So thanks, guys. Nice one, man.
It's because we don't spam them.
Yep.
We're very
In it.
breezy over here.
In it.
Thank you.
I've had every console on release apart from the Switch, unfortunately. You want to? Well, you either want to. I hope you've already because that could mean he's got a Switch by now, but...
Yeah, he might have rectified the situation
Yeah,
already,
exactly.
But if not...
I'm going to assume that you're a good guy, Jordan, that you have done that.
Sell one of those lenses, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Because he's a photographer, as mentioned earlier.
See, this is the sort of detail you can get from
Yeah,
us
we
when
can
you give us
use
your
this
occupation.
against you. I've had every console on release, and I feel like games are really losing their sense of fun as good party games become less frequent. You want to get yourself a fucking Switch, mate? That's what that's about.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I've been tanning Apex for too long, waiting for a new release. But I look back at consoles like the GameCube, the Dreamcast, and the PlayStation. The games seem to revolve a lot more about player fun together, out of the box, instead of dividing the players so they can be monetized individually. I'm wondering what some of the classic games you had a lot of fun with are, and if there are any that compare.
A classic game that I had fun with.
Cheers, keep up the good work. Looking forward to following Jake's Fire Emblem channel. Jordan Wood.
Yeah, can you remember
Nice
that?
one, Jordan. This is something that we all talk about loads, I think, and we have done.
PS2 was great for that. It did feel like there was loads of experimentation on PS2 and GameCube and all that.
Absolutely.
So I remember going down Asda when I was a kid and like going to the bargain bin section to see like what I could pick up for like a $5 or a $10. I played some good games. I played Metal Arms, Glitching the System, which was just a rip-off of Ratchet and Clank, but it was a good rip-off. I remember playing The Matrix Path of Neo, got that for a $10.
That was
good, that.
something.
But
didn't the other Matrix game
Enter the Matrix?
Did that have
one with-
co-op, or was it just
No,
you
it
could
was
choose?
you could play as
You
ghosts.
alternated between them.
So I've seen. Maybe it's a trailer or something, because I've seen a split screen thing, but maybe it's just showing.
Both
Look, you've got the
characters.
two characters running
Yeah.
down the hall, and they've
Which
got
is very bad, really, in
different-
a way,
yeah.
isn't it? I'm looking for this one game. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I'm going to give up now. I don't want to
Same.
spend this on my phone.
PS1
Is
was
it Fire Emblem?
No, it's Mario. There's a Mario Party equivalent on PC, and it's really quite fun. But I forgot its name,
Was it- yeah,
and I can't remember what it's called. And it's really cool.
Italian Plumber Festival.
Yeah, San Abigail. I've got. I don't know what that was. Sorry.
That was a drop.
But yeah, in Mario Party, there's this cool Steam alternative. But again, you can play it multiplayer co-op, but local co-op. I mean, but it is mostly online.
Yeah, I mean, Switch is amazing for that sort of stuff. To be fair,
Yeah,
there's
Mario
loads
Party.
of Overcooked is the one. If you've never played that,
And that's
for
everywhere.
sure.
That's not just Switch.
Yeah, that's on everything for sure. But so there's two Overcooked games. There was
Overcooked 1,
Over-
and there's what's the other one?
Overcooked 2, the first Overcooked.
Yeah.
There was there was like a space sort of, I don't know, like some sort of
Catastronauts?
FTL. Catastronauts, FTL Overcooked crossover thing, which was pretty good if you're desperate for like.
You've got all
more of
those
that.
PlayLink games on PlayStation.
They're really good.
where everyone just syncs their mobile up to the
Yeah,
console.
some of them
You
are
all got
decent.
phones.
You got
like
like
genuine, like,
Hidden
party
Agenda.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
like
that murder
one-
mystery.
That was like
Is
the
it Knowledge is Power? Is
That
that
wasn't
the
so
other
good.
one?
Knowledge
No,
is Power
yeah.
is like the
That's the
real
big
party
one,
game.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's typically the ones that are branded like more light and colourful and whatever.
Yeah.
All of them that I've played are pretty good. Like you can have, they're genuine. They are legitimate like party games. Like you could have some food, have some beers, and then you could all, even if no one, whoever's with you never plays games,
Exactly.
they would enjoy it.
Everyone's got a phone in it. So
Yeah.
You
they
got stuff like
absolutely.
Jackbox as well.
Yeah, Jackbox is like
Jackbox
underrated
wicked, yeah.
because that that does the same thing basically, where it's just But I know what you mean. If you want like an actual, if you want like a meaty video game that you can play with a few others, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not spoiled for choice, are you?
Do you ever play Super Monkey Ball?
Yeah,
Of course I did,
I
yeah. One of the best GameCube games, that.
Yeah.
That was decent. Tell you what is weirdly
Pretty good.
a co-op game, Divinity Original Sin 2.
It's not weirdly. That's the best.
Yeah, but it's
Undisputed
not. It's a
champion.
weird recommendation for what he was talking about
It is,
because
but-
it's so. If you've got 90 hours to spare, go nuts. But it's
Fighting games are always good for a laugh with mates.
Yeah,
them
if
Marvel
by a laugh you mean a
Ultimate
cry.
Alliance
So-
games.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Alliance games, yeah, they're good 4-player co-op, bro. Diablo collection, you can do co-op on that.
Yeah,
Destiny is good online with mates, and we played a lot of that.
yeah,
Took a lot of time.
absolutely love that.
But yeah, I think Divinity's one of the nicest times I had co-op in ages.
But
Have
definitely,
you guys
yeah.
actually? Because
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Apex is like he was saying there. He's been absolutely
tanning
smashing
it, so
Apex.
yeah,
But that's
exactly.
like because it's the fucking best game going, isn't it? Easy.
Yeah.
To be fair though, if there's anything that we're going to play, like if we happen to have an hour spare and you all fancy playing something, It's Apex,
It's
isn't it?
Apex.
It's just so easy.
Because you can hop on, have a game or two.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing about the Switch is, like, I couldn't invite you guys to Mario Party online either, could I? Because I don't want to pay, like, fucking Switch online.
Send me what? Your friend code. No thanks.
7B2. It's like sending someone your credit card information.
I have
man.
one.
It's just so weird.
I have one friend on the Switch, Jake.
Yeah, and do you know that is quite cute though? Yeah, because sometimes like message Liam on WhatsApp and that, and then I'm like going to bed, and I get on the Switch and it says one friend online. It's Liam.
Both
And
in
we
bed
just-
at the same
and we just,
time.
and I just know he's tucked up. I know my boy's tucked up with me. Do you know what I mean? So spiritually, I'm there. Do you know what I mean? And because I've only got Liam as my friend, it's like the Liam machine. It's really nice.
I love the thought that you've thought Liam's in bed.
Well, why wouldn't he be? It's
Fucking nice,
Just knowing,
well good.
just knowing he's got to bed safe.
It's lovely, yeah. It's very nice. Let's swiftly move on to.
It's the fucking.
I love that. That would make you happy as well. You're the kind of person where you'd be like, "Oh, that's good." That Liam's cozy.
Yeah,
Liam's
I'm,
warm.
I'm glad that you know that. Yeah,
Jesus.
it's true.
Remember that, Liam. Next time you're playing your Switch, you never
Like
know who's
having
watching me.
It's like having a guardian angel. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much for saying that, Liam. Thanks.
I don't know why that's killed me so much, man. Okay.
But yeah, Overcooked is by the way, the most
Yeah.
award-winning online and co-op game of like
That's
years.
that's official special moves policy, by the way.
Yeah.
So we should put that on the about page, man. Right, No Man's Sky is getting a big update, which we already knew was coming, but
yeah, we don't know as much about it as we thought we
What's
we
it called?
knew.
Beyond?
Actually,
it's called
Beyond.
which is so it's the meat of it is that it's a VR update, but they've you
Yeah.
know, as they do, they've changed loads of stuff, and there's more. The big headline thing they say is that it's a VR update and that there's more multiplayer
Yeah.
potential than ever before, sort of thing. There was a video. So Hello Games do this amazing job of like just doing a really nice, properly designed like description.
it's like a
of the
patch
update.
notes kind of.
Yeah, but it's
video.
like
It's got this like robotic sounding like Posh Woman
Yeah.
and 65 Days of Static.
Oh no, I was literally talking about the page, right? so they like
right,
lay it out and
right.
they format it, and they do a lovely like graphic design job of explaining what's
Oh yeah,
new to
no,
the
the
game.
presentation's great. Yeah,
And then so what I was gonna say was as part of that they have a little video, and then so there's a video at the top of this one. I was like, oh yes, this is going to be the next 6 minutes of my life. Clicked on it and it's like 20 seconds.
well, this is what I was wondering because like. So, whenever you talk about No Man's Sky, everyone talks about, that thing that happens.
Lies.
The lies! And how they've kind of countered that successfully for the past 3 or 4 years, however long it's been out, is that they've been very, 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 very transparent about what you're going to get.
They've countered it by being the absolute fucking bosses and just
by
smashing it.
Yeah, by absolutely changing the game over the course of
Yeah.
years to something which is almost like a sequel at this point that you would
Yeah.
normally pay full price for. But whatever, you can normally, like I say, they break down absolutely like you're going to be able to do this, you're going to be able to do this,
Yeah.
and this. But this time they haven't done that. They've literally just give you that vague thing that they did the first time round. So I'm thinking they have definitely learnt from their mistakes. So for them to be doing this, it's like it must be good.
Well, it could be that there's so many of the changes are VR based that you can't
It'd be
really get that
boring.
across in a video.
Yeah.
So it might be that, but then
It was,
maybe it'll come
vague,
out at
wasn't
launch.
it though?
Yeah, it was quite. It was definitely. Maybe there would be a video at launch or something when so
Yeah.
the thing's launching. The new update is coming out on August the 14th, so it's really close. It's like next week. So hopefully they will. They will have a video or have some thorough like breakdown. I'm assuming they will. They'll definitely have like a bullet point sort of.
Yeah, for
here's
sure.
everything.
I'd love to play it in VR. I don't know anyone with PSVR.
It's
though.
it's the first thing I said to you, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
like the closest I've come to getting or wanting rather a VR headset because nothing. I don't care. Like, there's nothing that's happened. Even though there's been a couple of like.
You've not played Tetris Effect, have you?
No, yeah, but this is what I mean. Like, it seems great, but do I want to spend 180 quid to make that happen? No. But No Man's Sky, possibly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No Man's Sky, like the updates that they've added, if you've stayed clear of it since launch, they've added like just little stupid things like rainbows and clouds and underwater's like full of stuff now. Like the world is beautiful. Like you don't have that issue that you used to have where the planets were just like barren and shit. Like, every planet now, like to the point where like I have a feeling that was probably realistic back then. Like I don't know, I'm not really a science guy, but I'm imagining. Every planet.
Don't sell yourself short, mate.
But do you know what I mean? I imagine there's a lot of barren planets compared to even a planet with like nice rock formations. But in No Man's Sky, the game was like that, wasn't it?
But it wasn't even. They just weren't convincing. Like to. I think what a lot of the people who actually loved it and played it loads were saying was that they weren't like barren enough. They were just sort of weird. They were just sort of Teletubby-ish, kind of empty and.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have the same rocks on all of them, and you'd have the same.
No, it's true. You know,
but if you land somewhere and it's like it's like Tatooine or something, that'd be amazing. I would love if it was just like a barren, dead, flat desert.
You do get places like that now.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool, isn't it?
Exactly, but it wasn't that they were sort of barren at the start, but it wasn't very interesting. It just whatever it was. They were all sort of the same.
Yeah.
You know?
They've absolutely killed it now.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had it downloaded since they announced this, so June, I think. Ready. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to do your pre-patch playthrough, don't you?
I do, don't I? Yeah. And you know there's going to be a video on this channel. Damn right there is, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of this game, right? But what's so funny is I do get bored of it and come off it after about 15 hours. But
that is, you know...
But that's still a
15
AAA
hours.
game these days.
Exactly.
You know, and I'll spend a good Sunday and I buzz off it, so... Yeah, I'm probably looking forward to this.
And do you know what's amazing about the fact that why you like it so much is because you're not really huge on sci-fi, are you, normally? Like, but then there's something about this.
And if I am into sci-fi, it's not really sci-fi about this sort of stuff.
No, it's
like
not space exploration.
Earthy sci-fi, yeah, like robots and that.
Yeah.
So that's what's so interesting for me. Like, I tried to watch a bit of Star Trek. You know, they put it on Netflix, right?
The original,
the proper William Shatner Star Trek. Yeah,
it's been on there since Netflix started. I think.
Not having it. I don't know if it's just been pushing me recently. Then
they are quite hard to get into though.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like the whole premise isn't exciting to me. But No Man's Sky is, and I don't know what it is. You know, I love showing you my base, and don't I? I'm always like, look at me, fucking.
Yeah.
Statham 1, my base is called this time round.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to it anyway. Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw was fucking well good, wasn't it?
So that was pre-Hobbs and Shaw.
That was the Meg. That was the Meg Statham.
Was it the Meg?
It was the Meg. Yeah.
My God, the Megalodon.
Then it's because they had that underwater update, and there was a new. And me and October Comstock, we made this base on this giant sea, and we called it the Statham 1 in case there was any Megs around. Do you know what I mean?
It's like a protection thing. You're like invoking the name of Statham for protection against.
Like if you was gonna make a base on a massive bridge, Gandalf 1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no Balrogs can pass and that.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking good. Looking good there, No Man's Sky.
We'll definitely have a video on that, and it'll be. I'm looking forward to playing that. I really am.
Liam, you got the
game
free, man. Really recently. Like
I got it when they pushed the next update.
So next update, it's actually called Next
Third
Update.
Person.
Yeah,
that was the Xbox launch.
Yeah. So luckily for me, I avoided all the firestorm of the original launch.
Right. Yeah.
And then when the next update came out, you guys was like so hyped about it. I was like, you know what? It's on sale. I'll check this out. Played it for about 10 hours. That was me done.
Yeah.
To be honest, not my type of game.
And that's what I'm wondering. Because, by the way, right, I've got to tell you, and this is truthful, when it came out, there wasn't half as much crafting as there is now. No. It's a lot of crafting in it now, almost to the point where it's like, it takes 5 hours to get out your first solar system.
Yeah.
And that's if you're, like, quite lucky with, because there's a lot of RNG in it as well, like. But I was going to ask, do you think this will push you? Because it's going to be, I'm assuming,
Probably
the
not.
multiplayer aspect. Close enough? No.
No desire.
Yeah, okay, that's
There's
good.
nothing there.
You know yourself.
There's no spark of life for No Man's Sky in my heart.
Oh, well, yeah. You can't win them all.
It's going to stay in the PlayStation library, sat there till the end of time, probably.
Just watch our video, innit?
I'll watch the video.
Yeah.
So that's No Man's Sky. There was also the Call of Duty reveal. Should we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, kind of.
Sort of, was it like multiplayer gameplay?
They do it every Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
They bring out a teaser trailer, then they do the big multiplayer reveal, and then it's like launch type stuff.
Yeah. When is it coming out? Is it October?
End of October, I think.
Whatever, 20 something.
Yeah.
26th of October. I
It
think.
is. It's not November. I know that, and it wouldn't. So it wouldn't be December, would it? That's too late. So it must be October.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not. It's just not. It's just.
Right,
it's
yeah.
just another. It's still in my head another Call of Duty, and there's nothing to pull me back
Seems
in.
a weird one, is because the single player trailer was very like mad. Like there was like child soldiers shooting taxis and that in London. I was like, oh,
They've been. I saw there was like some quote I saw where they said it's gonna be evoking themes of like the No Russian mission from Modern Warfare 2.
yeah, the one that got notably banned in some countries.
So they're going
because
for
you
like
machine gunned an airport.
yeah. So
Well,
this
you
time
didn't
you
have to.
this time you're a child. Yeah, exactly. It was optional.
Yeah, but you were standing there with a heavy machine gun while everyone around you
I mean, no,
heavy
mate,
machine
pull
gunned
the
an
trigger.
airport.
It's not a gun problem, Mike.
I'd love that fucking police defense. Like, yeah, I was here with all these other Russian gangsters or whatever, but I mean, I chose not to. I chose not to participate.
Yeah, the whole thing they've been going on about saying it's going to be like that sort of dark and gritty.
It wants you
take.
to ask questions.
Yeah,
Yeah, so immediately I'm
they've
not
said
interested.
they said there's going to be less like
Killing, less
Rogue.
numbers or something, isn't it?
yeah. So it's going to each encounter is going to be like
Yeah.
fatal, whatever they
So
say.
rather than like
Okay.
kill 50 men in a mission, you
Yeah.
might kill 7 men.
'Cause
they
that
reckon.
is my problem, is the shooting gallery thing. Like, do you
Yeah.
remember the favela mission or whatever?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
It was
cars crashing
ridiculous.
everywhere, like
But
people popping out of windows.
It really is like a shooting gallery.
Yeah.
If they called that level shooting
They
gallery,
literally were.
Out of
it
windows,
was
out of
that.
yeah.
But that one, for some reason, I just remember thinking like this. It's like a cartoon thing of.
It's like the training mission when the cardboard ones.
I think it's because
Yeah.
there's so many little buildings, so many
Yeah.
windows and that, and then they just sort of like just
They're trying to
pop
get
up
rid of
everywhere.
that sort of Michael Bay aesthetic.
Yeah.
Well-
They're trying to go for something a bit more serious.
Be a
Well,
good Twitter account, that. Good premise for a Twitter account, I reckon. The Michael Bay aesthetic. You know how there's like a Y2K aesthetic and all that sort of Twitter
Just
account.
it's anything with an explosion behind it.
Yeah. Or
most
fucking Megan
Innocuous
Fox's ass.
situations, just an explosion.
Yeah.
Walking the dog, explosion.
Yeah.
Going to Tesco, explosion.
Someone could definitely do that. Find loads of serious scenes and films and just add
But-
explosions.
That's what, like,
You know a bit of like in Blade Runner 2049 when he's on the roof.
Yeah.
Imagine that
Yeah.
one explosion.
The end of The Godfather, he closes the door and then it just blows up.
I mean,
Yeah.
but that's what like the Modern Warfare trilogy was all about, really. It's like
Explosions.
over the top action movies is basically what those campaigns were.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what's so weird about this multiplayer thing for me is that like, yeah, I kind of believed the single player trailer. It was like dead dark, and I mean that like as in not light, dark, and then there was like night vision at breaching, like almost like Rainbow Six, yeah,
Yeah.
like the older Rainbow Six especially, and then like I don't know, this new trailer comes out. It's got Enter Sandman Metallica playing.
Yeah.
There's a juggernaut jumping off a helicopter going with a massive Gatling gun. People are throwing grenades at his head. And it is like the shooting gallery thing where there's a bridge with people popping up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh. And when people, and it's, you know, it makes you feel old, doesn't it, when people say it's gone back to old school? Because it's like, it's just gone back to COD 4.
Yeah.
That isn't even old school COD though, because there was 3 more before that.
Yeah.
So, but they went back to boots on the ground, so now they've gone back to the old style. Like, old school kill streaks are back.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not at all what they're saying. So, I don't know, it's doing that classic thing of trying to be too many things, right? How you can now do a gritty Rainbow Six Siege story, but then
Yeah.
you're getting 25 kills in a game.
Yeah.
It's just...
And most of the trailers got the machine gun at like a 45-degree angle. Do you know what I mean? For coolness.
absolutely synced up to Kirk Hammett's guitar riff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
It's authentic.
You can have one or the other, can't you? And I
Yeah.
feel like you need... I don't know. Why would you try and please everybody? It'll probably work, like... But like, the single player had me interested, but then I saw that and I
think it'll
thought...
do well.
It would...
Well,
probably,
it's Call
yeah.
of Duty, innit?
Well, they showed off the what's it called? Gunfight. Is that what it was called?
The mode, where
Yeah,
it's
the
like...
multiplayer mode. That seemed a bit more slow paced.
It did, yeah.
tactical-ish.
It did, and
Yeah.
that's why the trailer threw me off. Because that's the
Yeah.
one that takes place in, like, a warehouse, right? Like,
Yeah.
with loads of MDF everywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
And it's like it's 2v2 and you get a random loadout each time.
So
Yeah.
they've made a game out of like Free Fire or whatever that
It's-
movie was.
It's pretty much gun game from Counter Strike.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a Counter-Strike, or it's like Siege. It's like small, like, boom, you...
Like
that's it.
yeah, like you die in 2 hits, whatever. So it's like they're going for that sort
And-
of almost realism, but not
Yeah.
quite realism.
So if you die in 2 hits and there's some bro with like an armor and a Gatling gun, you're not going
Yeah.
to stand a chance.
Yeah.
So like, what the multiplayer trailer? If that's a good representation of what the game is, then That's weird.
Yeah.
And if it's not a good representation of what the game is, then
Do you reckon
that's
that was
also
just like
weird.
a marketing trailer to get like everyone else
To get
in?
the people going.
To get the general
Yeah.
public in, yeah.
Probably.
You like the
but-
people who stop by the Tesco on the Friday night it's out and pick it up on their way home from their
Yeah,
accounting
and
job.
it'll work, but it just seems weird because if that isn't what they're going for, why are they marketing like that? And then if it is what they're going for and they are doing it like that, then why say that we're not? It just seems weird. But I don't know. I almost got World at War. Almost.
World at War.
Doing World War Two.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I played that.
That's the closest I got to getting back on it.
That one was actually good, you know.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4 was pretty shite.
I played the demo, the beta of that. I was invited to the World War II beta.
Yeah.
Played it. It was okay. But it still had that COD classic thing that I hate where I won by running around the perimeter and just sneaking up behind people.
Yeah.
Like, there's a small map. You can pretty much just, if you've got an SMG, run around the perimeter of the map. You'll always be, someone will always spawn
Yeah.
in front of you facing the opposite way. And it doesn't take skill.
It's the fucking headless chicken multiplayer that I'm not interested
I'm
in.
into this Battlefield malarkey, man.
Yeah,
Battlefield-
so am I, but I've even fell off that, like, because it's just
They
not.
seem to, with COD anyway, they seem to be almost going more for the battlefield. Like, there's vehicles in the multiplayer this
Yeah.
time.
Right.
The
Stuff like
maps
that.
always seem small on Call of Duty.
Oh,
to
yeah,
me.
they are.
Yeah,
They're always like split up into like 3 lanes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like League. It's like just a big map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like Battlefield 5's multiplayer. I thought it was wicked, but
Yeah, it was really good, but I just didn't stick with it for some reason. Just
No,
sort
I
of fell off
dropped
it.
off it as well.
I
Yeah.
wonder what'll happen after getting the platinum though.
I did platinum it.
Nice.
Don't
Did
know
you?
why.
Yeah, can you remember?
I can't remember. I really don't know why I went for it.
The thing
But-
is, because by the time you've done the story missions on hard, like you've got 80% of the trophies, and then
Right.
like the ones in the,
The most
multiplayer,
annoying
like,
trophy was, and this was the last one I got, you had to be in a plane
yeah.
and you had to destroy a turret, someone on the turret at that time.
Yeah.
And you had to do that like 8 times.
yeah,
But no
I
one
remember
ever
that.
got in the turrets.
Yeah.
That's like
That was a time.
just making a game boring for you. If you're going for the.
It was.
Do you know what I mean? If
It
you
was
were going
boring.
for that trophy.
Some
it
of
would
the
be
trophies,
boring.
some of the trophies, like so weird. Like I remember Skate, right? One of the trophies was play against and beat a developer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Wasn't that the one that was like.
An infection.
Yeah.
That was a different game, wasn't it? I can't remember what that was. And it was like that. Beat someone who has beaten the guy. And
Project Gotham Racing had it.
That yeah. It
That-
was,
You had to beat someone in an online race who had beaten a developer in an
Right,
online
right.
race.
but it like
that could
Or
spread.
beat the
Yeah.
developer, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Weird, eh?
But Skate, yeah, had to pure beat a
Skate was
developer.
the guy. Yeah,
Right, I mean,
impossible.
yeah.
Imagine trying to go back and get the trophy for that now.
Yeah,
the
Chris. I'll
servers
have
aren't
to
even
hire
online.
Chris Pratt. Like, excuse me, mate. You mind making a couple of quaint phone calls and get me in?
Just get them to turn the servers back on
Yeah.
quickly.
I actually last time I name dropped Dave Jewett and someone fucking tagged him in the fucking Twitter saying nice shout out to Dave Jewett. So now don't tag Chris Pratt in this, you fucking balance. Thank you very much.
And that's the end of the podcast. No, just joking. We'll do. There's a couple of new releases that we can have a quick chat about before we go. So new games coming out in the coming week. First up, we've got a game called Metal Wolf Chaos XD on PS4, Xbox, and PC, which is coming on August the 6th.
Is that a capital XT?
Yeah.
Tuesday,
Like
today.
the face, like the old, not emoji, but
This more
like
anime
MySpace.
XD.
Yeah,
What does it mean?
It's
'Cause
like-
I've seen it creeping up. a
you're
few times.
smiling so much your eyes are closed.
No, in an anime
title?
context, when it's in an anime title, because I've seen it on
Oh right,
something else.
Extreme. I don't know.
Danganronpa. It's the prequel to
Nice.
Danganronpa.
That's a Japanese
No.
thing, isn't it? Yeah.
So, do you want to know what Metal Wolf Chaos is?
Go on.
Do you know what? So it's a FromSoft game before they made Dark Souls, before they made Demon Souls.
Was it Tenchu before Tenchu?
It was after Tenchu, and it only came out in Japan on the original Xbox. And the premise of the game is you play as the President of the United States.
Oh, it's this one.
And your Vice President tries to stage a military coup against you.
Bastard.
And so you have to stop him and his cybernetic army in a giant mech.
Yeah. The cover is a mech but in front of an American flag.
Yeah. It's the most American
That's
game
real.
ever.
And it didn't come out in the West.
No.
No.
Travesty.
It's the, it's the most American game ever, and it came from Japan and only got released in
Yeah.
Japan.
But
it
Until now.
it got made famous through Let's Plays, is how people came to know about the game.
Right.
Like the Super Best Friends play before they split up.
Yeah.
Famously, they played this game.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Super best
So they're
friends
not
before they
super
decided
best
they hated
friends
each other.
anymore.
Yeah.
So their playthrough of this game is almost like legendary in the Let's Play circles.
Pantheon.
Yeah,
Of,
I remember when Let's
okay.
Plays were like that though. People would play their like when the internet was when YouTube internet was new. Let's Plays were exciting because people would have rare exports and it's the first time seeing.
And it got to a point where if you wanted to buy an import copy, you had to spend like $500 on an import copy, and then you had to have a modded Xbox as well to play it. But now it's coming west after like 10 years, courtesy of Devolver Digital.
So,
they're publishing it.
Devolver of all people, huh?
Yeah, they're publishing it. I don't think FromSoft are doing anything with it apart from giving their blessing.
Yeah.
And then it's being remastered by some remastering team. Yeah, it's coming out in the West. So
sounds an awful lot like you're going to play that, Liam.
probably.
Yeah.
Because it's a giant mech and it's American as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an unplayed. It's a
Previously
unplayed
unobtainable
Japanese game.
Japanese
so,
export. Yeah.
I almost have to play it by law at this point.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
like, yeah.
For the culture. For the culture.
I'll play it because it's got I've seen some voice acting clips from it, and it's got that really cheesy vibe that I always like.
Yeah, man. It's interesting that they went for Activision for Sekiro, they got Bandai for Dark Souls and Elden Ring, and they're going Devolver now.
Yeah.
Could be good to get into
Well,
bed from.
This is like the sort of meme game that Devolver love, though.
Would this have been theirs? Would this maybe FromSoft didn't necessarily own?
Well, they developed and published it
Yeah.
They published it as well
in Japan, yeah.
All
Because
right.
FromSoft publish all their own stuff in Japan.
All right. So yeah.
Like they're massive over there.
So maybe purely because Devolver's like the most appropriate one.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a laugh or something.
They
Yeah.
made a big deal of it at their E3 conference. They're like Adult Swim sketch.
Yeah.
There's an E3 conference. They made a big deal about Metal Wolf Chaos being there.
So that is at least pretty interesting. And there's another game coming out this week as well. Pillars of Eternity is coming on a Switch on August the 8th. So this is a CRPG. There's not enough CRPGs on the Switch. It's
Or just in general.
well, look, I don't know. They take a lot of time, mate. But I could do
there
more.
has been a sort of renaissance of
No,
CRPGs.
No, there really, really has. Yeah, of
There's
course.
too many CRPGs.
Kickstarter made a lot of them possible.
They certainly did.
Fucking almost all of them. It feels like, to be honest.
And the most notable will be this, right? I think. Well,
This
Yeah,
is the first
original
one I can
Sunset.
remember. This is like
it was. I remember almost kickstarting it back in 2012, right, when Dan, my brother-in-law, showed it me, and then I saw Divinity Original Sin was up there as well, the first one. But yeah, I ended up waiting. Forgot about it. In 2015, I think it came out.
Yeah.
And I got it. Didn't finish it.
I haven't
And
finished it
played
yet.
Divinity. Finished that. Then this got ported to
PS4 and stuff.
everything.
Got it.
It's on mobile.
Didn't finish
I
it.
think.
There's something about it that
Good, though.
it's very good, and some people really, really swear by Pillars of Eternity, and it's really well, it's pretty faithful to like Baldur's Gate and how you remember it, like visually and everything, like the
It's a
art
bit different,
styles.
isn't it?
really
Real time as well. This
Yeah,
one,
you
instead
could,
of
but
like
you couldn't pause
Real
it.
time with
yeah,
pause.
real time with pause.
Yeah.
So that's what they were like, really.
Like Baldur's
you know.
Gate was like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because Divinity Original Sin, crucially, is
Turn-based.
totally
Turn-based
turn-based.
tiles.
Yeah.
Which we talk about all the time. So, but this, I mean, I may get it. I don't know. I'm like, I keep going backwards and forwards on it.
it
and
is good.
It's really good. But I played Wasteland 2 on the Switch, and it had this really weird, like, performance thing that they'd done where the camera angle didn't feel like you had much control over the camera. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but I've definitely told you guys. And it feels like you can't get the camera to a good angle or far enough away to see where you're going. So if you imagine you're walking from south to north, so you're moving up towards the top of the screen, well, there's like less than an inch between your character and the top of the screen in real life when you're holding the Switch, so you can't see where you're going, essentially. So there's like really this like minor little quality of life things like that just when you're playing a game that's like 60 hours long, it just pulls you out of it a little bit. And I've completed it already, but I just sort of didn't really get on with Wasteland 2 on the Switch, and I was really looking forward to it as well.
I have that with Diablo on the Switch.
Right.
If I'm playing it handheld, everything's just a bit too small.
Yeah.
Like the text and everything.
It is,
And they're,
yeah.
because you're scrolling through quest logs and everything in Diablo.
I'm
It's just
smashing Diablo on the Switch, actually. Well, I'm not at the moment, but I have been.
I got to Act 2 and then forgot to pick
Same,
up
to be
again.
honest. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. But yeah, I think Pillars will definitely find an audience on the Switch. I think
Yeah.
loads of people
Yeah.
will like sink their teeth into this.
I think so, and I think that Pillars 2, like Pillars 2 is like the recipe for a game I'd like, and I still haven't played it because I wanted to finish the first one first. And it's got really good reviews, but I know that obviously CRPGs, PC exclusive for the most part, and then there's quite a few, on PS4 you've got Divinity and Pillars. And then on the Switch you've got Neverwinter Nights, Planescape, Baldur's Gate 2 and Pillars all out in the next 60 days. But I wonder if people who play Pillars first will actually enjoy Baldur's Gate as much as they think they will. So I would say, if you haven't played a CRPG before, probably get Pillars because it's like, do you know what I mean? It's the highest. Apart from Divinity Original Sin, Pillars is one of the better ones, and I think it's aged Baldur's Gate hasn't really aged very well. So I don't know if it'll.
Well, to be honest.
The stories are fine, but the gameplay, I think it's going to be. I think these Beamdog Baldur's Gates are going to be quite clunky on the Switch. I don't know why. I just can't see the UI. I felt like the Pillars UI was quite shit on the PS4, so I'm a bit nervous for how it's going to work. And you told me that it's a cursor or something, right? For Pillars on the Switch.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Fucking hell! You need about 100 radial menus to get over that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that if you can make it work, there's loads of reasons why it would do really well. But I'm gonna have to wait for reviews. But those are the new releases. That's the 45th Special Moves podcast. In fact, we're almost getting to the point of being a year now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're on 45.
So 52 is a year, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah, it is.
That's it. So
and
7
we're
weeks
not
away.
we've probably missed a couple, haven't we? Missed a couple of weeks, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah, no,
so, I
yeah.
mean, scary, innit? Fucking hell.
Do you reckon we should just wear birthday hats for the 52nd?
Just not say anything, but just
Don't
have a
address
nice
it.
There we go again,
Just
ruining
have
our plans
Yeah.
by discussing them in public. We're like bad guys, when we lay out the whole plan.
Yeah, anyway, we've got loads of big plans, loads of good stuff on the
we've got a
horizon.
lot
We're
on
working
right
so
now.
hard.
A lot on. Seriously, no.
This is the classic podcast
Yeah,
part.
I don't know if is that even something that everyone picks up on. The other podcasts you listen to have this. Americans don't do it. It's a British podcast thing.
Yeah.
We're all busybodies. Everyone's too cool to do the podcast.
Commode and Mail's one is the fucking best podcast. But even they're like, well, I was away. I was working on something, and because it's the BBC, they're not allowed to say what they're working on if it's not BBC.
Yeah.
And so they end up they cover stuff with bird song, so instead of bleeping things out. So they cover loads of stuff about I was just away and blah, 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 blah. That was a bird noise.
Fucking hell. In what, Banjo-Kazooie?
In No Man's Sky. Right, that's the end of the podcast. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. See you next time.